down the basement, lock the cellar door, and baby, talk bloody to me.
Hi, and welcome to another exciting edition of Talk Bloody to Me. I'm Matt,
And I'm Brezzy.
and today we are talking about the 1997 classic, I Know What You Did Last Summer. Some of you are saying, but I Know What You Did Last Summer is a new movie that's in the theaters right now, and that is true, but we're talking about the OG, the original 1997 version.
Hmm.
Breezy, when did you first see this movie?
I didn't see this one in theaters. I did see that on tape when I rented it.
Nice.
Yeah.
I actually did see this one in the theater. I think I was with Aaron.
Oh, lucky
But
you.
yep, but I distinctly remember I remember the commercials for this. I remember like every commercial she was like, "What are you waiting for?"
Yeah.
But in the middle of the street. Epic, iconic scene. But
The
anyway,
one that they were in the car drinking and stuff.
yep.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to talk about that scene.
So, I Know What You Did Last Summer came out in 1997. It stars Jennifer Love Hewitt as Julie, Sarah Michelle Gellar as Helen, Ryan Phillippe as Barry, and Freddie Prinze Jr. as Ray. And they were Sarah Michelle Gellar, Jennifer Love Hewitt, and Freddie Prinze Jr. And then like Matthew Lillard were always like kind of hanging around making movies together during this
Yep.
time. So it's like they had to substitute Matthew Lillard with Ryan Felipe for some reason. I feel like he's the off-brand Matthew Lillard.
Yeah, I feel like he did play a good role in this one, but if they put like Matthew Willard in here, ooh,
Yep,
that would make it even much better movie.
yep.
It's a good movie anyways, but
Yeah, definitely. And so the story is it's the 4th of July, so once again we're a week late, just like Friday the 13th. But
it happens.
Yup, but it's the 4th of July, and Sarah Michelle Gellar, Helen, is elected the Croaker Queen, which is some local festival. And then her and her friends, Ray and Barry and Julie, go out partying, and they're in the car, they're telling ghost stories about hooks on the car and all this jazz. And then they're drinking, and then, oop, they spilled some booze, and then blammo, they ran someone over. Holy shit. It's what
You
they did
know,
last summer.
I kind of done that once.
Really? Where you ran someone over and just left them there?
No,
No, yes.
no, that would have been
I thought we
bad.
were getting an epic confession here, right on
No, that
Talk
would have
Blood
been
to Me.
bad.
No,
No,
but you spilled some booze and had a little mishap.
no. So like there was like that vehicle, like I think it's like an Audi or something like that.
Oh, yep.
I think that's what his vehicle. And then I go on top of the roof and I'm like, yeah, yeah. I'm like, yeah, I did have booze in my hands, but I didn't like fall and make a car accident and killed somebody.
Well, that's good. So they get out of the car and it's oh my gosh, he's dead. And they're like, well, we just gotta take the rap. And then Barry's like, hell no, it's booze in the car and holy shit, ah! Like he's like, they're gonna do something about it. They're just gonna cover it up. No one's gonna know. And then they go to like dump him in the lake, right? And then he like wakes up, right? Or am I imagining?
In the ocean?
Yeah,
Yep.
ocean, duh, yeah. So it's like, oh my God, that was horrific. We just killed a guy. Good grief. And then it's like, oh, a year later, and um Julie comes home from college and she has a note and it says, what does it say?
I know what you did last summer.
That's right. Hence the name of
Yeah.
the movie. So someone knows what they did. Oh, we forgot to say during the events of all this, good old Wiener Max Johnny Galecki, who I know as Darlene from Roseanne's boyfriend. He's on Big Bang Theory too, but I always think of him as Darlene's boyfriend.
You're a
But
nerd. You're
yeah,
such a nerd.
exactly. Um, that's why I know him as that. But anyway, so he stumbled across the scene, and they were like, "Oh, he didn't." They're like, "Oh, we just had a car trouble," but so right away they assume he must be the person that knows. So Barry goes and like is like, "Hey, you son of a bitch! Blah! I'm tough and I'm scary." And he has a big hook for like ice, and he threatens him with it. And then he's like, "Don't worry, I took care of it." But then, lo and behold, to us, the audience, we see poor Johnny Galecki gets ice hooked to death brutally.
It's like one of those big, huge, like ocean fish hooks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like they show it with like one of those enormous blocks of ice, and he's got like one in each hand, like a hook, and then they jab it into each side so they can carry the ice. But I think I've seen people use them like on fish too, like on big fish,
Yep.
just kind of jab them
Yep.
in there. They're good for fishermen, throwing shit all around. But and then Ray is working on the boats, and he's kind of lost touch with everyone, and he might be a suspect. And then they find out that the guy she found out who the guy they ran over's name was, and he had a sister. So they go visit her to try to find out more, and that's Anne Heche, and she plays her usual halfway psychotic self. And like she comes up to the car, she's like, "You forgot your cigarettes." It's like, "Oh my God." And then there's a lot of mystery. There's a lot of who done it, who's the person that's threatening them. Barry gets almost run over, but he's in the hospital. But all he saw was a guy in a black rain slicker and hat, and it's like the fish sticks, like the Gordon's Fisherman with the yellow.
Oh yeah.
It's like that except black. It's like the evil multiverse Gordon's Fisherman has come
When
to
you
slay.
when you first like seen this one, what would you thought who was the killer?
I thought for sure that the guy they ran over wasn't actually dead and was the killer, which kind of is actually true, but there's a few twists and turns besides that that makes it a little bit more complicated. And then I think my second theory was that it was Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yeah, I thought about that too when I first seen that. I was like, he has to because he's kind of like standoffish and he's kind of getting that, vibe that
Yep,
because who's going to know if that person was legit dead? How would you know if I know what he did last summer? So somebody
right,
did
exactly.
survive.
So you figure it's got to be Max, right? He's the only one that knows besides the core group, but then he gets murdered right away.
Hmm.
So then you're like, well, no, it's not him. So yeah, I did suspect Freddie Prinze Jr. for a while, aka Ray, and they do a good job of kind of throwing the suspicion around and that kind of stuff. So you don't really know who done it. But what's one of your favorite killing scenes or one of your favorite scenes in this movie?
I don't have a favorite one. I
What's
like every single one.
what's what's one that stands out in your mind? How does Sarah Michelle tell us how Sarah Michelle Gellar gets killed?
She kind of gets killed during this like band. Wait, this band was going on at night,
Yeah,
which that's kind of odd. I never heard that before, but I guess some
yeah,
places play a band in the middle of the night during the fireworks show.
yup,
Well, the slicker guy, well, at first she was in this like what do you call it? This boutique type that
yeah.
she was working at.
Yeah, I think that's like her sister's place.
Yeah, a
They work at
boutique
it together.
boutique area, and then he got in there, and
Yep.
eventually she got out in the alleyway with all these like tires,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how she got killed. But like that scene was like the fireworks, like a
Yeah.
flashing
Yeah.
kind of effect
And she,
during. Oh man, yeah, I like that scene.
and she gets like horribly killed, and there's like a ton of people just a short distance away. Like it's happening like right kind of in front of everyone. Not really in front of everyone, but like there's people just right there that could have helped so close. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she was screaming too, but like there's a band playing fireworks.
Yep.
Like, yeah, even if somebody did hear her, I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
who knows if she was actually killed? Maybe she was screaming because of the fireworks and like, woo.
Exactly.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
But I like that scene.
Yep, that's a good scene. Um, what other parts stand out in your mind?
So towards like the beginning of the movie, kind of where the killer was coming involved, starting to, and
Uh-huh.
that one guy was like with the big huge ice bricks,
Yep.
and he took that hook on the ice, and that killer grabbed it,
Yep.
and like all of a sudden he was like putting I think crabs or fish into these big huge like pots, And
Yep.
all of a sudden he looks up and that hook goes right there and he just right over.
Yep.
I like that one too.
Yeah. I can tell. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's a good one. So one thing, so where I don't when where what who no there Jennifer Love Hewitt, and she's driving in her car and she goes to visit Barry and what's her name, Helen, and there's a note, or no, she sees the hat in her car, I think it is. So she stops and then she opens her trunk and there's like Max's dead body and all these crabs like crawling all over it. And she's like, "Oh my God." And then she shuts the trunk and then she goes and gets their friends and then they come right back and it's like they're gone for like not even 5 minutes. And then she opens the trunk again and there's nothing in there.
Yep. You
And
know what
then
I thought when I seen that scene, like, was it like last night? When
yeah.
I seen that scene, I'm like, you know what? Does Matt think that's nasty or is that gross?
Yeah.
Just sitting there like thinking that I'm like, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, so it would be like, so we have crab legs every year for Christmas, and they're really stinky and they're really sharp too. But yeah, definitely a crabby stink that comes with the crab legs, and there's all kinds of like juice and water and stuff, and like imagine just dead fish smell, and then a dead body like kind of covered in them too, and it's like looks like it's been in there for a while rotting. Like it looked kind of gross, but just imagine what the smell would be like. And
Oh
it's like,
yeah.
oh my God, the smell would kill you. And then when they come back, they're like, they don't believe her that there was something there. It's like, well, where the hell did it go? It's like it's not that she was imagining it because
Well, she has to because she next time she's seen it and then she screamed and then she got those people, her
yeah.
friends, and then all of a sudden there's nothing there.
Yep.
So she
So
has to imagine it.
that's what I think too. That's the only thing that makes any sense. But then I was digging online like I did last time, and there's people that are like, but she didn't know Max was dead, so how would she imagine that? And then people are like trying to figure out, well, how could the killer have actually done it? And then someone had this whole theory of like having a zipper bag, like it's all zipped up in a bag, and then when he notices she leaves, he like quick pops the trunk and unzips it and like plops it in, and then when she runs away, he quick zips it back up and pulls it back out. But then it
That's
would,
a good theory too.
yeah,
I like
it's,
that one better.
yeah, it would still stink really bad. But man, if that's a lot of effort to go through just to taunt
Yeah.
your would be teenage killer delinquent drivers, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
Do we want to spoil the ending? I kind of already did, but there's a mystery to it still.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Spoil it.
so they find out through the sister that she thought the guy they ran over commit suicide because he had left a quote unquote suicide note which said I'll never forget last summer, but and they it was in the same handwriting as the I know what you did last summer note. So they're like, "Oh, the guy we ran over is still alive." And she's like, "No, no, he's dead. He's dead." And then it's like, "Wait a minute, the guy we ran over is still alive, but it wasn't your brother. Your brother was murdered, and they just found his body and assumed it's the person we ran over. And the guy we actually ran over was the guy that killed your brother. I don't remember his name, but he murdered the brother, and they hit him, and he still lived. But everyone thought they had ran over and killed the brother because his dead body was laying right there, having just recently been murdered. Boom! Mystery.
Wow. Wow, that's a lot of information right there that I just took in.
Yeah, exactly. You need a chart.
Yeah.
Let's go to the flow chart for this. And the reason why he killed the guy in the first place is because his sister and the guy he murdered had been riding in a car drunk driving. He was drunk driving the guy, and they got in an accident and the sister died, but the guy lived and he got away with it. And because he was driving drunk, the other guy blamed him for killing his sister. So he murdered him, then got hit by our gang of happy teens. They thought they killed him, but he lived. But then they found the dead body of the other guy, and they assumed that's who they hit, and all the craziness ensued. And that guy wasn't just gonna let getting run over slip by and not do something about it. So he's like, "Hey, you sons of bitches, I know what you did. You hit me with your fucking car, is what you did."
Yep, exactly.
Now here's some crabs in your trunk. Blam. Roll credits.
Yep, exactly. At least it's not like dead fish.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that would be horrible. So what would you how would you rate I Know What You Did Last Summer?
This one, I will give it a 10 out of 10 because I love it.
Oh my gosh, 10
I
out of 10.
love it.
Perfect 10. That's awesome.
Hmm.
I'm gonna give it an 8 because I thought it was really good, but I don't love it quite as much as you do. I can remember even when I saw it in the theater, I was kind of like, "Ugh," at some parts of it, but um, I think I was kind of just over Sarah Michelle Gellar and Jennifer Love Hewitt
Oh, yeah, because they were
too.
like very popular back then too. Well,
Yeah,
all of them
exactly.
were, besides Barry.
Yeah. So I think that sort of made me like it less than I actually do, but it is a really good movie, so I'm gonna give it a solid 8. And there you have
Fair
it.
enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
All right. So any final things, any last words to say about I Know What You Did Last Summer?
So how do they kill that person? That's Fisherman.
Oh my gosh, we totally forgot to mention that, did we? Didn't we? Oh my God. Why don't you tell us?
So they're on this boat and forgot her fucking name. I'm gonna say Jennifer Love Hewitt
Yep.
was going
Julie.
on this, yep, Julie. She was
Mhm.
going on this boat and she looked at, you know, Ray because they were talking. She thought that this whole time that this person was the killer.
Yep.
She was for sure
Yep.
thought that.
Yep.
And then she tried to get away, and this guy, well, Ray was running after her, and then this guy pretty much knocked him to the ground.
Yep.
And then he told her to get on the boat. Well, she got on the boat and then realized there's pictures of her friends all over,
Oh
the boat.
yeah, yeah.
And so she put two and two together. I'm like, this is not right. And all of a
Yep.
sudden, like he comes in and he explains, you know, he is actually the killer.
Yep.
And so they're like fighting and all that stuff. And then I guess like he had the hook in his hand,
Uh-huh.
and Ray with Ray grabbed it and with the rope and then pulled it all the way up to the top and he cut like his hand off
Oh
from the
yeah.
rope. That's pretty much how he died
Yeah.
and went in the water.
Yeah. That was awesome.
So I'm like, yeah, right. He's still alive
He's
because
still alive.
yeah, he's that's probably why part two comes involved.
I still know what you did last
Yeah,
summer.
I
And
still
now they have an
know.
excuse to give him a hook for a hand instead of just having a hook. He can have a full-fledged hook hand and
Yep,
be even
just like
crazier.
Hook,
Yep,
the movie Hook.
exactly. That's actually a really good
Yeah,
movie.
yeah, it is.
All right. Didn't the cop get killed too at one point? Like they're running for a cop for help, and then
Yeah,
because I was like, this is the second week in a row because that happened in The Strangers too. Like I was like, man, 2 weeks in a row where they go run into a cop for help and the cop gets murdered. Cops are having a bad run in our
usually
movies.
normally like all these horror movies, there is a lot of cops that get killed.
Yeah. Sorry,
They get,
cops.
yeah, sorry.
Yeah, we know you're trying to help, but sorry. All right. Well, thanks so much for listening, everyone. Please keep sending your requests and like and subscribe and share and tell your friends. And we will be back next week.